If you're under 13 years old, you must make sure you have your parents' or guardian's permission to watch this video. The content in this video is family friendly, but data may be collected by YouTube for advertising purposes.
Hello and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video here on the Super Chunk Block Survival server, and I am here with 3 Wilfs. How have all of these Wilfs here appeared? I don't know, but we'll check out what this one's got. He's got a summoner. He's got a summoner. What's that, FoxyNoTail? You've done an update, mate. So this is pre-update Wilf over here, and I believe this one is pre-update Wilf as well. I don't know how. Oh no, this is a new one as well. For some reason, every time I log in, another Wilf appears, and I don't know how that is a thing, but it seems to be. Let me just try it again. Let's log back in again. Are we going to get another Wilf? Are we going to get a 4th Wilf? No, it looks like 3's our maximum number of Wilfs. So yeah, this one was already here, and they basically updated the game because there were a few issues. One of which was wolves were spawning in everyone's pens and killing all their sheep and stuff. And the other one is that Wilf is a little bit elusive. So what I've done is I've made it possible to buy, let's go and see this one that doesn't have a B. You can buy a summoning block from Wilf, which I just happen to have one of because I spent my last few diamonds on it. There it is, look. They're 8 diamonds each, and if you place that down in the world, like so, and then stand on it, it will disappear and a Wilf will appear. So we don't want to do that. We want to put that away nice and... Oh dear. Oh yeah, I forgot that, yeah, you can't break them again because they're... Look, it's dodgy texture pack stuff, okay? It's basically one of the few blocks in the game that I'm able to edit because there's no custom blocks in the Bedrock Edition of Minecraft at the minute. So I've used infested stone brick and I've retextured it, and sadly when you break it, yeah, you just get stone back. And if you break it with Fortune 3, you'll probably get a silverfish inside it as well. So just be careful with those. Anyway, Mob Farm's coming along nicely. Mob Farm's doing really well at the minute, actually. We've extended it in the last couple of live streams, and also going to check out what we got in our ender chest in a minute that we got from the last live stream we did on here, which is a load of nether wither skulls, which we're going to be using in today's video. There we go. Yeah, so let's just have a quick fly around this thing, and you will see that this thing is now 3 levels. It's got 5 levels, but we've run out of buttons. But we've got 3 levels fully buttoned out, and it's working really well. We're still getting loads of squids and stuff in here as well, which is cool. So yeah, that's working really well. But anyway, let's have another look in my ender chest. Let's check out my ender chest again. Let's look in my jewel box, and let's have a look in here. You can see we've got 12 wither skeleton skulls. Yeah, we spent a lot of time in the old place where you do the old thing, getting the wither skeleton skulls, and it worked out really well. And if you want to check out that live stream and see how we did it all, then you can find that on my second channel, which is Foxy2. I upload all of my live streams to that. But for now, you know, I'm going to just chop a few of these guys, get myself a little bit of blocks and XP, and then I'm going to go home and we're going to have a look at our wither skulls. Don't kill dolphins, you monster. Oh, shut up, don't put them in my mob farm then, mate. So, coming back to our rabble of villagers, if I get out my ender chest and get out those nether skulls, we can now go and talk to... In fact, we need those dragon eggs as well, don't we? Yeah, we can now go and talk to our villagers and decide what we're going to actually be buying with them. So, where's our fancy cleric? Stop running about like mad people. There we go, there's our fancy cleric. This guy sold us the dragon eggs. So then the farmer is going to sell us the spawn eggs that we're going to be putting in the spawner. And if we find the toolsmith, there he is, hiding over at the back here. There we go. Oh, no, that's a weaponsmith. He can sell us a nether star, which would be kind of cool. We might get one of those. We'll see how much the spawners cost first. Where is... Oh, man. Which one of you is the toolsmith, mate? Stop moving around. Oh, you know... I really hope they fix villagers so that we can have them in proper trading halls on Bedrock Edition. Here we go. It's the toolsmith. Hello, sir. No, don't run. No. Why are you running away from me? Come back. Right, yes. Spawn cage. Look. Oh, we haven't quite unlocked it yet, actually. But yeah, 8 wither skeleton skulls and a dragon egg for a spawn cage. So we're definitely going to be buying that. But we need to actually level him up a little bit more, which means we're going to either need some emeralds or we're going to need some iron. I think I might have a bit of iron in my ender chest. Let's find out. Give me all your emeralds, mate. Is that it? Is that all I can get? Ooh, let's buy it. I don't really want to buy a diamond sword, but I guess it's going to put his stuff up the most. Oh, it pains me. It pains me. Well, it's nearly there. We need a few diamonds, though, in order to trade with him for that. How many diamonds does he need? Stop running about like mad people. Oh, it's 1 each, 2, 3, 4. Oh, come on, he's so close. There we go. Oh, look, we've done it. We just did it. So there we go. Let's grab that. We're not going to put it down, though, because then we won't be able to break it. They're still, if you break them, they're gone. So we need to be really careful with that. Let's put our important things back in there. Now, we can potentially buy a nether star, but I'm going to save those up because it'd be good if we could get another monster spawner at some point. Now we need to decide which egg we're going to be getting from the farmer villager. So I think at this stage in the game, a witch is probably going to be the best one to get, and that's going to be pretty easy to get hold of as well. If we grab our redstone box, excuse me, no, not you, I want my jugger thing, please. Let's grab the other dragon egg and some redstone. Let's go see our farmer, and there they are, look, holding those spawn eggs for us. Let's grab a witch spawn egg. We now have everything we need in order to make a witch spawner cage, which is absolutely fantastic. So that's what we're going to be doing. So originally I was having it so we could have the spawner cage really high up somewhere and just have the witches fall to their deaths and their stuff collected with hoppers underneath, which is a really nice, easy way of doing it. But considering we've already got this, we might as well put the witch spawner like just below those. Oh no, actually we need it to be, oh yeah, we need to be able to activate it, don't we? Okay, thinking about this in a little bit more detail, if we was to put the witch spawner over here somewhere, we would need to be able to AFK at it in range for the witches to actually spawn. So we'd need to be within 16 blocks of the mob spawner. Now, at the moment, this farm is very manual. There's no automatic stuff to it. There's two ways we could do this. Let's just imagine this block I've got in my hand is the spawner. Let's say we put it up quite high somewhere and we AFK'd somewhere near it. We could literally just have a drop chute going down onto a hard floor with hoppers underneath, and the witches would fall to their doom and they would die. We wouldn't need a Trident Killer, we wouldn't need a collection system, and that's going to be a very lag-free farm. Now, that is one way we could easily do this. The other way we could do this is to actually tie it in with this existing farm, but in order to do that we would need to make this farm fully automatic. And what I mean by fully automatic, it would need to have a fully automatic killing system. At the moment, the killing system on this is incredibly manual, i.e. you've got to actually stand there and chop them. So we would need some sort of Trident Killer or something, which I don't really like Trident Killers because they're a bit glitchy, but I can't think of another way we could reliably do it because magma blocks are a little bit glitchy as well. Well, I think the first thing we need to do before we do anything else is actually convert this system into an automatic system, just so that we can actually, you know, get an idea of how it's all going to work. Now, I've just slept to make it daytime. I have been killing a few mobs in this thing. It does work really well, but what we need to do is get up to the top and block the mobs off from being able to fall down. Otherwise, it's going to be a nightmare. So let's grab some blocks and let's go do it. And all I'm going to do is put 4 blocks in the middle and flip all those trapdoors up, and that should stop anything from being able to get down there now, so we can work on it in peace. There we go. That is the killing system completely smashed to bits. Now we can keep the hopper minecart system because that will still be able to work, picking the stuff up from the Trident Killer. What we now need to do is actually design one that's going to work for spiders as well. So I'm going to go into a creative test world and see if I can figure something out. So this is a Trident Killer in its most basic form, and all we've got really is 4 blocks in the middle with the trident stuck on top, 4 pistons, and then underneath the pistons we've got a bunch of redstone torches and observers, and that's absolutely great. The problem with this is I don't believe it's possible to get spiders inside it because, well, let's try it. I think there's always at least 1 piston sticking out, so I think you'd struggle to get spiders in, but let's find out. Let's pop a spider in there. And yeah, the spiders sit on top, look, they get stuck. So it's kind of pointless having this for spiders, really. And that one's managed to glitch out the block altogether. That one actually stayed in. Maybe if we didn't have the corners open. They've managed to get through the blocks, which is not ideal. Okay, so I've blocked in the corners a little bit. Let's put a spider in, and it just gets shoved into the wall. So yeah, it's not going to be an ideal solution for spiders. So what we need is we need a solution that actually works, that's big enough to take spiders as well. Expanding the system a little bit, we can get something like this, but unfortunately, as you can see, it doesn't actually move the trident. So we need a different plan. Another design that we could potentially use is this, which I've just come up with, which would use a trident on each side. Now, I'm hoping that the tridents don't end up sort of glitching across from one side to the other, but if we turn this on, you'll see the tridents will both end up like being pushed across the middle. Now, the advantage of this is there's always going to be a slight delay between one side pushing and the other side, which should mean that the spiders can get all the way down there without causing an issue. So let's grab ourselves the spider spawn egg. Let's chuck our spider in there, and you'll see that got killed. And that one got killed. And that one got killed. And that one. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. I think this type of Trident Killer is the way to go. Now, like I said, I don't know whether the Tridents will eventually like work their way out and end up glitching out. Actually, yeah, you can see that one on that side looks very much like it's about to disappear from the block, which could be a potential issue. It looks like it stopped moving altogether now, to be honest with you. I just want to take a moment to say that if you're enjoying this video and this is the sort of thing that you would like to take part in, then you can play on this very world with me and my friends by joining my Patreon at the friend tier or higher. And if you don't want to join my Patreon and play with on this exact world, but you fancy playing this super chunk block map, you can download it from FoxyNoTail.com. It has just been updated. The download has been updated as well, so that is now available. So yeah, make sure to go over there and check it out. Anyway, let's get back to what we were up to in the game. Right, checking this with the zombie. It's not working so well because that other trident has glitched out of the block, which is not good. So we need a way of keeping that trident in the middle. But when the spider pushed him down, that worked great, and the spiders are definitely getting killed. Now, the other thing we need to do is stop the spiders from actually travelling up the wall. I believe you can do that with redstone lamps. I believe that should stop them from travelling upwards. But yeah, spiders are dying. Just the zombies not. Well, something like this wouldn't be too bad. The problem with this clock is, though, that one of the pistons is always stuck out, which means spiders are not going to be able to actually fall down them. So let's just do a quick trial just to make sure I'm right about that. Let's put our walls up there, drop our spider inside, and you'll see, yeah, they can't actually get down because one of the pistons is always stuck out. So it's nearly there. We just need a different clock on that. Well, something like this should do the trick. It's a little bit slower, but it should absolutely do the trick. There's no reason that shouldn't work because there's plenty of time for the spiders to fall down, and we can potentially speed that up. I've added quite a lot of delay onto this. So again, let's just build up our little funnels. Let's chuck some spiders in and see what happens. They get pushed out, but they did get pushed back in again, which is good. Let's put our redstone torches up the wall, see if we can stop them coming out again. Let's just make it a little bit faster. There we go. Now let's chuck some more spiders in. There we go. They do get pushed out a little bit, but they are dying. They're not getting completely pushed out, which is good. Now, what about zombies? Let's chuck a load of zombies in there. I mean, they're burning to death. That's not helpful. Let's put a roof on it. Yeah, that's working absolutely fine. Very good. Yeah, that works. That works. There's a little bit of glitching. There's a little bit of glitching through the pistons. But for all intents and purposes, that's working. The skeleton got out. I'm not too worried about that. We can block up these corners like this. We could probably block up the whole thing a little bit more. Let's just make it a lot more robust. And let's see if we still get the same issues with the glitching. Okay, there's really not a great deal of room for the spiders to go anywhere now. Let's see if it still works. It's still getting pushed out, but they shouldn't get any pushed out any further than that. That one's getting stuck in the wall. Same thing again. Let's throw some zombies in there as well. Yeah, no, that's gonna work fine. That's a good design. I will stick with that one. That's the one we're gonna make on Super Chunk Block. Back on Super Chunk Block, we're going to need quite a few components for this, particularly redstone ones, and that is something I'm relatively lacking in at the moment. So yeah, we're going to need to probably do a little bit of trading to get some redstone bits, potentially go and see Wilf as well, which means we're going to need some cobblestone. So I'm just going to collect a few of the more important things that I've found over here. So I decided to come over to Fantasy Novels Cobblestone Generator because it's a lot faster than mine and I'm getting quite a lot of cobble, but this is really weird. If I stand here, just keep clicking, eventually it starts going really, really fast and I can't figure out why, but the game just gets faster and faster and faster. There we go, look. To the point where this first block in front of us just keeps coming back. There we go, look at the speed of this now. It's ridiculous. I guess there's an issue with the game code somewhere that means that cobble generation just speeds up. So strange. I mean, I'm not complaining. And there we go. I think that's a pretty decent amount of cobble from one little trip to that. Now, let's go and grab our cobble box and put that away safely so that the next time we see Wilf, we can, we can grab that and go and do some trading. Speaking of trading, we need to come over and see our clerics and see if we can get ourselves a bunch of redstone, which means we're going to need a bunch of emeralds, which means we're going to need to trade some other wares and items. Now, where's my toolsmith? Here he is. Give me some emeralds. Is that it? Oh, man. I think I've got another toolsmith somewhere. Take my gold. Give me redstone. I am slightly concerned that none of these peeps are actually refreshing their trades, though. It's not impossible that they have decided they've forgotten they're part of a village. That does tend to happen on Bedrock Edition, which would be a bit of a problem, although I guess we can move... I keep threatening to move them, don't I? I'm going to have to move them at some point and try and get all of that sorted out, I guess. There is a skeleton horse at my door. Now, I don't think it's a trap because it's got a lead on it, but there's, okay. Thanks, whoever that's from. Oh, we've got some paper in there. What's that from? Gifts in here, please. What's that say? Oh, toilet paper. Thanks, guys. Let's just go and move him over here for a minute, though, so he's not blocking the front door. Come on, this way, horse. Really? You're going to just be stubborn and stand there? That's it. Come this way. Come on, round the side of the house. Come on, up you get. There you go. Right, that's your new home. Well done. Okay, so I don't need too many redstone components for this, but I do need 8 pistons, which is going to be the most expensive thing. So how many can I can actually make 14, which is great. So let's make 8 of those like that. I've got some stone cooking in there, so we'll be able to make repeaters and things like that. And I believe we've got some quartz kicking about in here, so we'll be able to make ourselves some observers as well. So I'm going to make a bunch of redstone resources, then we'll get cracking with this build. And I've completely run out of redstone dust, so I'm just hopping down to the community area to see if anyone's popped any redstone in here. Oh, there is a redstone chest. That's good. Let's see if it's got anything in it. Oh, yes. Right, we're going to take a whole load of that, and I do apologise for taking so much, but we've got to get these things built, you know, and I can always replace it later on. So let's get cracking. Well, before we start, I thought I'd demolish a little bit more of this because we're going to need a bit of room to actually work with. And the other thing is we've got to get down from a 4x4 to a 2x2 without getting the spiders clogging everything up like we had before, which is going to be relatively tricky. What we might have to do is have another set of pistons going around to actually push the spiders down. So if you imagine there was a wall of pistons there and on that side and on that side, and they were sort of pushing things round together to make sure, to push the spiders down the hole, that could work. But we'll worry about that later. Let's get this thing built. The other thing I'm very concerned about is that I need to not be too close to where everything spawns and also not too far away. And as much as Lofty's done a really good job organising all these chests, I think I'm going to have to smash them to bits and move them because I've got no room to work down here with those there. I'm going to try and work around them, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Well, getting the main part of the redstone in was nice and easy. That was very, very simple and painless. We've got a little switch at the front there to be able to turn it off and on again. What we don't have at the moment is any walls or anything like that, or a collection system underneath, but that's the main part there, pretty much done. Now we need a way to actually force everything down into the 2x2 block in the middle, and like I said, we can use pistons to do that. I'm wondering, maybe we could also get hold of some slime and use slime as well to help us with that, and maybe even some honey if we've got any. And I don't think I've got any of either. I thought I had. I've got some slime there. Pretty sure I had honey. What did I do with it, though? Well, we won't worry about that just yet. Let's worry about our little collection system, which is going to be nice and easy. We're just going to have what we had before, which is a hopper minecart running about on here on top of some hoppers. So let's grab some hoppers. Let's grab a hopper minecart, and let's do this. And again, that was really nice and easy. We've just got a loop track there, and the reason for that is if we just did a circle, first of all, we wouldn't be able to get any power rails there, and the other thing is if the hopper minecart does a corner while it's under one of these blocks, it won't pick up everything from the side. So although our piston thing will push the items to the middle, so technically we don't need that, this will just make sure it gets absolutely everything straight away, and the whole thing's covered in hoppers underneath as well, which is great. So we can pop our minecart on there, or maybe not. Let's try that again. Let's pop our minecart on there and see if we can give it a shove. There we go. So the minecart's now going round. That's going to pick up everything we chuck on there. Let's just test that out. Make sure it's going to work okay. So we'll just throw a few bits and bobs in there, and as you can see, they all disappear. Fantastic. Very good. I've just spotted a Wilfred. Let's go and get my cobble, see what he's got to be buying. What have you got? You love cobblestone. I'm glad you do. Oh, diamonds. Yes, I want diamonds, Wilf. Give me those tasty diamonds. This is exactly what I need from you. We can have a few more there. Right, we've got a stack of diamonds. Now, a few more of these blocks of cobble. Wow, you see that went through our cobble supply pretty quick. I want to buy a summoner from him. In fact, I'm going to buy 2 summoners, just in case we need to call him another point. And I think we'll save our cobble for another day. Thank you very much, Wilf. Appreciate that. Hope you don't die. See you later, mate. And if you're wondering why I look a little bit different, I flew past Atomic Crafter not too long ago, so let's switch back to my silly skin and stop myself from getting turned into other people, because it is a little bit frustrating. Could be it's not the end of the world. Right, anyway, piston time. So I've come away from this idea of using slime blocks, only because if we do that, I'm going to have a row of obsidian there, and below it as well, and in front of it as well, which is going to be... It's going to make life very difficult to get access to this thing. So what I'm going to do instead of that is basically just do a wall of pistons around each side. Or not a wall, but a set of pistons around each side that we can then push the mobs off with. So if we got pistons there, and the same thing along that side there, and some there, and some there, we can quite easily make a system which basically... does exactly the same thing as what we've got down here, where they alternate pushing round onto the top bit, so they're not going to interfere with each other, and they will they'll push each other properly. So I'm going to work on that in a minute. I don't think there's much else to do for this. And there we go. With a little bit of fancy redstone, we now have a system that works together, and you can see each one of the things is pushing in. So now if any mobs start falling down, they should get pushed into the middle, which will be great. And all we've done is I've taken the original clock and I've put a redstone torch on the blocks that are in the corners, going through another block with a redstone torch, an observer, and just a line of redstone behind each of those 4 pistons on those slabs. So it's the same clock, there's no need for duplicate redstone, and there's no need for loads of complicated stuff. For this one, it's a little bit different because, the block... Because we need one of these to have a redstone torch on it, this one can't go quite in the middle. So this one's slightly different, but they're all pretty much exactly the same, and it works absolutely fine. So we can turn that all on and off with that switch there, which completely shuts down the farm. And now we just need to put the rest of the blocks in to stop the mobs from getting out. Now I'm going to have glass at the front with a way to get in so we can actually throw the tridents in here. We got to make sure we don't have mobs glitching out as well. But yeah, the rest of it is just a case of filling in all the gaps, I guess, really. So let's grab a couple of tridents. They don't need to be particularly good ones, and to be honest with you, we would probably only need one, really. Let's go up the stairs. Let's chuck those. I can't quite get in. Let's chuck them in there, like that. And let's just check those tridents actually get pushed around first before we do anything at all. It looks like they are doing. That's a good sign. Right, now we want some glass. And we're going to put the glass just there like that, just so that we can see that this thing's actually working. We don't actually need the glass, but it's quite handy. Right, so that's working nicely. So now what we need to do is go up top and let them through again, which could be slightly more tricky or easier said than done because, yeah, we got a bit of a gathering since I've been working on that. I could potentially break the blocks from below or maybe just go crazy with my bow, I think. Crazy with my bow sounds like a good idea to me. Not that it's a very good bow, but there's creepers over there, and I don't really want to be doing it from a distance. Let's do this, guys. Let's do this. It's killing bad guys time. Don't want that. Ow, I was going to say I don't want that witch to get me, but it's too late. Ow, run away. Run away. And we've just had an explosion. Oh, dear. One of the creepers went off. Well, it's opened the hole for us. But now I'm pretty sure that all of our stuff's going to be getting wet. Oh dear. That's not what we wanted at all. Right, we need to go and get some more trapdoors. Yeah, I shouldn't have gone up here and upset those people. Oh dear. Oh, it's a disaster. Oh, it's an absolute disaster. Oh no. Oh, jeez, guys. Why does nothing ever go right for me? Oh, let's go clog it all back up again. Oh, man. You little witch face, still up here. Get down that hole, you. Why? Hey, no swimming. There should be no swimming in the FoxyNoTail pool. I'm falling in. I don't want to fall in. Who's she trying to attack? She's attacking someone. Let's get rid of her. Let's put the things back round the sides. Oh, man. Can't believe that. What a disaster. What an absolute nightmare. Well, thankfully, I guess, because of the water, not much stuff actually broke in here, which is really good news. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm actually going to flap open these trapdoors first and let the mobs start falling down from there. But the sides, if we can. Can I just reach those ones? There we go. That's just about right. Right, now I'm going to break the blocks in the middle there. It's still daytime, so we shouldn't have any hostile mobs down here right now, which we don't. I've only got 2 pieces of glass, so I'm going to have to be very quick with this. Go grab a couple more pieces of glass. Chuck those in there like that, and we should now be good to go. I've ended up with 6 extra pieces of redstone somehow, but I can't see anything's broken. Everything's doing exactly what it should be doing. Now, the only thing we can't get from this is the XP. It's pretty well trapped in there. There's not a lot I can do about that, really. I could potentially move this or change this glass up for some trapdoors and get in there a bit closer, but I'm not really worried about it. This isn't an XP farm. This farm is for drops and for bits, and if we look in our chest, you can see we're getting a few bits through already. Let's empty it out, and we'll have to do some AFK tests and see what we get from this. It actually looks like a bit of the XP is falling through the bottom, so we could potentially have our AFK spot down here and be picking that up. And just bear in mind, while we're going to do our rate test in the next night time, this is only running on 3 layers. We've got 5 layers altogether. We're only running on 3. There's no roof on this, and also we haven't put our spawner in yet. So we're going to get more mobs as we add more spawners to this. So yeah, it could be good. I've got high hopes for this farm. And I've got high hopes for our little killing system here as well. I'm really happy with how this has come out, actually. I'm wondering if we can get away with speeding it up just a little bit, though. Just to kill things a little bit faster. Let's just put those onto 2 ticks instead and see if we get away with that. What I don't want to do is have all the spiders glitching out. But yeah, that's a bit quicker. Should be good. Alright, roll on nighttime. Well, as you probably saw from that time lapse, that didn't go quite to plan. The spiders are still massively clogging up in there. Everything else is falling down and dying, and I have got a couple of ideas of how we can sort these spiders out. Maybe with some magma blocks, but yeah, look, we've got quite a lot of spiders up there causing a lot of problems. They still can climb up the walls, and they're not properly falling down, so we need blocks they can't climb up for a start, and we need some magma blocks around that top bit to stop them hanging around where that one is there, look. So for one single Minecraft night, bearing in mind there's other players on that are also loading part of the mob cap, we got a reasonable amount of stuff from that. It wasn't too bad at all, really. For 10 minutes, that's 10 minutes worth of AFK. That's not bad, really. That's not bad at all. So once we got our witch spawner in there as well, that's going to drastically improve things. And also once we get a roof on this thing, that will help. And here we are in the nether. We're already getting shot at by a ghast. Clear off, ghast face. Go away with your big open mouth. Shoo off. I must have glitched here, flown past while he still had his gob open. Go away. Clear off. Ow. Oh, I'm always on fire. Let's take a good amount of it. We don't want too much, but we want a decent amount. Okay, everything seems to be coming together. We've now got the sides and the back doubled up to stop the spiders from sneaking out like they did during the test world and on the section we just had. Oh dear, I'm going to die. Oh dear. Oh dear, I'm going to die. Yeah, I'm dead. Told you I was going to die. Nobody believed me. But I did. I died. I knew it. Gosh darn Enderman. Always looking at me funny. Well, it was all going well until Atomic Crafter decided he was going to sleep, regardless of the fact that I did ask very politely if he would not mind sleeping through the night. I guess he missed my message or forgot. Doesn't matter, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, that worked a lot better. That worked a lot better than the first time round. It still wasn't perfect, but it was a lot better. Yeah, so we got a reasonable number of drops for that. We were actually only there for 4 minutes that time, so that's not too bad for 4 minutes. The spiders definitely were falling down that time as well, which was good. They were crawling back out a little bit, but as you can see up here, we're not getting any spiders stuck. The other thing I'm considering doing is getting rid of these pistons on the corners and having a full block there, because I've noticed a lot of the mobs get stuck in the corners and the pistons don't really help. So now it doesn't actually stop any of the pistons firing, but it should stop things getting stuck in the very corners. My only concern now is it's going to stop spiders from being able to fall down again, but we'll find out very, very soon. Right, now, next thing I've got to really seriously consider is where are we going to put this witch spawner? Should I put it up here at the top and have a second AFK point at the top up here? Should I put it further down underneath this thing and see if I can get it within the distance from where we stand below? I really don't know where we're going to do it. I really don't know. So this block here is at level 77, which is the same height as our killing station there. So what that means is when the 1.16 update comes out, if we're more than 54 blocks away from that, then our mobs will despawn. So wherever our AFK point is, it's going to have to be within 54 blocks away. So let's work out how that's far that's going to be. So we need to go up to 131, which is here. So technically we could AFK safely on this block here, and mobs would still be able to get all the way down into our killing area and die. So we could have an AFK spot above this. Now, the other thing is we need to be within 16 blocks of the mob spawner and 24 blocks away from the, where mobs will spawn. So if we're here, if this bit is less than 24 blocks away, which it looks like it's going to be, mobs won't spawn on that top layer. So that could seriously cause a problem for us. Yeah, look, we're loads higher up than that. So in order to get mobs spawning on that top layer, if we are above it, we need to be at 145. But if we're there, we're not going to get mobs actually dying in our area because they'll despawn before they get there. So we can't AFK above this farm. So we're going to have to consider AFK below it, which could be quite tricky. So our lowest platform is at Y level 109, which means the highest we can have our AFK spot is at Y equals 85. So we would have to have our AFK spot here. So we'd have to have our AFK spot here in order to activate the mob farm fully, which means we also need to be within 16 blocks of the spawner. So this wouldn't be too much of a bad place to start. So we could have our mob spawner all the way up to this point here and still activate it from there, but it's a little bit low down here. I'd rather have it higher up, which means we'd have to probably have it higher up over here somewhere. So let's work that out. Oh man, this is tricky. And here we go. We are now on a creative download of the Friends server, which is very, very handy. So now what I need is a spawner, and now we need to figure out whereabouts is going to be the best place to put this. So if we're going to have this sort of area here as our AFK spot. I mean, these ladders aren't going to be here forever, only while we're building it. So let's say that block there is our AFK spot, and we can build like a little wall around that. That's absolutely fine. Let's find out how far away we can have the spawner up and across. So we need to be at least 5 across from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a couple more for luck. And then let's go up from there. So standing on this spot here, we can activate that spawner there, which is actually not in a bad place at all. That's quite high up, and it's quite far in. The witches are definitely going to fall down there. The only problem is it's not dark around it, so we would definitely need a roof over half of the mob farm. So let's simulate that. And there we go. With a couple of commands, we now have a roof over half of this thing. The reason I want the roof over half of it is because the other half, I want squid to still be able to spawn it. Now, squid won't spawn if they've got a roof above their head. So this means that half of the farm can always be running during the day and at night. The other thing we need to do is we need to put some blocks on top of this to stop witches spawning on there. So let's do a few blocks like that. And that should now... Oh, hang on a minute. if we pop an iron bar on there like that, that should stop things falling on top of that and getting stuck. And hopefully we should get witches, if we stand in the right position, spawning on there and falling down relatively regularly. And using a little bit of a speed hack, using the cheat engine software, I can simulate a full night's worth of AFK very easily. And you can see this thing spawning a ton of stuff during the night. And let's leave it for the day as well. We'll get to the next sunset, see what we get. We've still got a lot of mobs spawning. It's looking good. Bear in mind, I'm the only person on this world because it's a single player download. So this is the most efficient it will run. And it looks like it's going very well. We've not got any spiders clogging up the system, which is nice. Everything's going down the hole. I don't know what it's going to be like in the Trident Killer, but let's wait till we get to sunset and let's turn this speed thing off. And it's just about there, so I'm going to turn the speed hack off. There we go. The sun is going down to normal speed. Let's go and see. Everything's dead. Everything's dead. That's a good sign. How was our situation down here? We've got a lot of XP. Wow, a lot of XP. And yeah, we got quite a lot of drops for a full day. Look at all that gunpowder. Not so much redstone, but quite a lot of sugar, quite a lot of glowstone, quite a lot of gunpowder. That's not too bad. A lot of rotten flesh. We still managed to get a lot of ink sacs from the squid, which is great. Yeah, all in all, I'd say that's very successful. That's a good amount from one, well, effectively 20-minute day cycle. I'm happy with that. So we just need to work out what the coordinates of this are, and then we'll go and put our spawner here in the real world. And just think, if we get enough of these, we can actually pile them up like this, and we can have all sorts. Let's just try that. And let's stand here like we did a second ago, and let's watch this now, as all those things are going to fall down. I'll turn the speed hack thing back on again. Oh, constantly raining. Look at that. Loads and loads and loads of stuff down there. So yeah, over time, we can add more and more and more spawners to this thing. It's going to be absolutely great. And back on the server, it is night time, so I'm going to have to be very careful here, but the coordinates we need to add this thing to are -523, 98, and 8. So let's go find those coordinates. Oh man, if I place this, I can't break it again, so let's put... Oh man, I'm scared. Let's do it. Put that on there. Let's put some blocks above it like we did on the game. 1, 2, 3, and we'll put a slab above that as well. There we go. Let's break the blocks below it. Let's stick the witch spawn egg in there. Oh no, let's break those away a little bit first. Let's stick the witch spawn egg in there. Now we have an activated witch spawner on the actual world. This is excellent. This is very good news. Now all I need to do is get myself back down here. And I suppose this is going to be our AFK spot, just sort of here, which is a little bit of a problem, really. Because I need that ladder. We can move that ladder. And it's just turning daytime, typical. Oh well, not to worry. I'm very, very happy with that. We don't have a roof yet, that's a job for another live stream, but I'm very, very happy with that, how that's come out. Looks like everything's been dealt with and taken care of down there perfectly. So all in all, I'm very, very happy with how this has all gone. So, as usual, I would like to say thank you all very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!